One thing Lopez had was elite durability, but he wasn't the best technically.
All right, we're finishing up our second week, Candito 6-week strength program. Rockman is the one who turned me onto this, and he's been helping me behind the scenes, kind of keep me on track and pushing me. Prophet Fear's been helping me with things at squat depth. There's a couple other guys that have been working with me. And to you guys specifically, if behind when we're in our forum talking, if it ever seems like I'm being contrarian or contentious with you, I want to express that I really, really do appreciate the help. Like, if you hadn't if you didn't help me, I wouldn't have even considered some of the stuff that we argue about to begin with, and I wouldn't have even tried to fix what was wrong. So I really do appreciate it, even if it does come off sometimes like I'm stubborn and I'm going to do my own thing. I really, really genuinely appreciate the help. I still have one more bench day. Now, I wanted to highlight that I'm using the football bar. And people ask, like, what's the deal with the football bar? Like, what benefits, advantages does it provide? For me, like, I can't speak for anyone else. I know some of them are cambered, so they add range of motion. But for me, it changes the grips. So, you know, you're rotating the shoulders in. It helps with tendonitis. I get repetitive motion stress. So if I'm doing just barbell benching nonstop, I get tendonitis that flares up at the bicep connection points, and it hurts like hell. I can't get under the squat bar. Just getting my arms back, it starts hurting. As a matter of fact, I think I get it worse from the squat bar than I do from the bench, but altogether, like if I don't rotate and change things up, I start getting really severe pain. So the camber bar gives me that nice deep stretch, and it works the pecs really nice. The regular barbell is the regular barbell, and then of course the football bar just allows me to change those grips. Now for my working sets today, I went with the inside grips. Well, there's really close ones, which are almost like hammer curls, and then you have a close grip, and then you have a wide grip. I went with the close one, mostly just because it's weird the way the football bar grips are set up. My bench would be considered an intermediate grip, so if I had a custom grip on that bar, it would be between the close and the far. So I'm not wide and I'm not narrow. I kind of split the difference. I wanted to see if I was any stronger with the close grip than I was with the wider one, and it's weird because I'm not overall stronger, meaning I can't press more, but it loads the triceps up more, so I am stronger in that regard. So it's really interesting, and I'm glad that I decided to do that, because I think I've unlocked a new way to actually really carry over to my overall bench press. And if I start training with the football bar and the close grip, I think that's going to carry over beautifully. It did make the sets harder, but I was able to grind them all out, and I'm pretty proud of that. I think these are all PRs with a close grip bench. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I don't think I've ever attempted to do this much with that grip. Now, this program also calls for some accessory work. I'm supposed to do rows and some form of overhead work. I've been swapping that out for like incline bench with the camber bar. But today I thought, you know what? I will actually try the overhead press, and I'm going to do it with the camber bar, because I'm too lazy to get the other bar out of the rack and load it up. I wanted to see, can you overhead press with a camber bar? Like, how would that feel? And I got to be honest with you, it felt pretty good. You got to have good wrist stability. So if you're going to do that, I would definitely wrap the wrists. And when you're popping it off the chest, the width of the bar, you can clip yourself pretty easily. So that's something to consider as well. But other than that, it felt great. I had no discomfort in my shoulders whatsoever. I feel like it's really tricep heavy when you bring the grip in, and the way you hold the bar. So if you're looking for a way to really, really hammer your triceps, because historically, my number one tricep workout, hands down, is the close grip, like guillotine press. Where you bring the bar up towards your neck and you press it out. That heavy the triceps respond, at least mine do, to heavy weight. So loading that up and just directly pressing has been my go-to. But now I'm thinking I'm going to start using the camber bar exclusively for that. And you probably with a slight incline. I'll put 4-inch blocks under the bench. I'm going to try that for a few weeks and see if there's a notable difference. Sometimes I feel like a little bit of a mad scientist. A lot of people ask me, like, hey, how can you do it that way? And I'm like, I don't know, just wanted to try it, see what it did. You know, do you guys do that? I can't be the only one. I get bored doing the same thing, the same lift every day, day in and day out. I like to switch things up, and I think that it's better for you overall. Repetitive motion stress is a real thing, and I see it time and time again with these guys that do linear progression programs, and they do the same lift every week, and they max out every week, and it's just a matter of time before they're injured, and they got to start all over again. And then what do? They get stronger, and they do the same exact thing. Okay, switch it up, man. Like, switch something up. Bring the grip in, change the shoulder position, change the incline of the bench. Do something. Do something different. And it'll pay dividends. You'll stay healthier, and you'll get stronger too, mixing it up. Now, if you follow the Candito program to the letter for the overhead press, military press, it's calling for a set of 10, a set of 8, and then a set of 6, respectively. The weights would correlate with that. So that would probably look like something around 145, 155, 165, 3 sets. For where I'm at personally, your numbers might be different because you might be a lot stronger or you might be a lot weaker. But you would want those numbers to correlate with the rep range. So if it calls for a set of 8, it should be something where you can complete the reps with having like a set or a rep or 2 in the tank. But it should be a challenge. You shouldn't just be able to easily crank it out. Because I made that video with West Coast Wolverine, I kind of felt like, you know what, I'm going to throw 205 pounds on the bar just to see. Because he said, Charlie can't overhead press 205 pounds. And I'm like, I don't really even know. I don't overhead press, so I don't know what my numbers were. But I suspected. I was like, 205 pounds seems a little low. So I did. Like a 2-year-old, I put 205 pounds on there just to see what I could do. And it was easy. I did like a set of 3, and I could have kept going. I would have had no problem cranking out 2 or 3 more. But that's going off program, and the danger of doing that when you're doing a program that's this strict and calls for this amount of volume and intensity, messing around and throwing in max lifts does nothing but potentially harm you, and it'll derail your program, and it could lead to you not being able to compete because you're being an idiot. So I'm not going to push it any more than that. I just was curious, and I just wanted to see if I could do it. And if he's watching this, no, it's all fun, man. Come on. I hope, you know, when I make these videos and I'm kind of poking at people that are messing with me, I hope you guys understand that, like, it's just all, it's supposed to be fun. I don't know if it is for them. I do take exception to the comments, and some of them really genuinely piss me off when I read them. But the whole point, if I do a response video, is to try to get a laugh out of people. It's, you know what I mean? That's the aim of it. I'm not really like trying to like start some sort of internet drama with some small channel that gets no views anyways. Like, really, what would be the point? Like, nobody's watching any of this stuff. So why not try to make people laugh? Today I'm supposed to do one more bench to catch me up. I kind of screwed this week up, and I should have had a day off. Thursday should have been my bench day, and then today would have been the second one. Today it calls for 300 pounds for max reps, and I just did bench yesterday, so I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it just to get back on track. I don't know what happened last week with my work hours and my schedule. I lost a day somewhere. I have no idea how I missed a day of training. But you know what? I think that's what's, when you do a program that's got this much volume and intensity, and you actually start getting sleep for a change. You know, that's not a bad thing. Honestly, this is the best overall I've felt in a long time. I'm sore from doing this much volume, but I feel accomplished, and I'm sleeping, and I'm eating better. And just across the board, everything's improving, and all it is like I'm really pushing. It's like I feel like I've earned my sleep. Does that make sense? You ever just work so hard, when you go to bed, you're just done. You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling when I hit the rack, man. I hit the rack and I'm out. And it is a thing of beauty, because I'm historically one of those guys that's up and down all night long, and it sucks. Sucks getting up in the morning. It's like you could spend the whole night being up and down, up and down, up and down, and like literally 10 minutes before the alarm's supposed to go off, you're out like a lamp, sleeping like a baby. What's that about? Hey, if you guys got anything out of this, throw me a subscription. Throw me a like. I'm going to bench today. We're going to keep it going. You guys are in this with me, whether you like it or not. All right, see you on the battlefield.